Welcome back to my channel. My name is John, call sign Kilo 5 Golf Tango, or the Dutch Ham. In this episode I want to talk about getting Winlink Express VARA FM up and running on a Windows 11 machine. I'm running Windows 11 on an old laptop. Let me show you which version I have. So let me open up the system information. It opened up in my other screen, so let me drag it over. So here you can see it's Microsoft Windows 11 Pro. It's 24H2, I believe. It's running on an old laptop, in Dell Latitude E6530. And I believe it's the same laptop that I had when I quit my job in 2013. So it's already pretty old hardware. But let's get it up and running. So let me get Winlink Express started. And of course that also opens in my other screen. So let me show you. It's a basic setup. I just installed it. I just downloaded it and installed it. But it must have recognized some config file on my laptop because it already had my call sign and registration key. So let's open VARA FM Express. And of course also those windows open up in my other screen. So let me drag them over. So there's my VARA window. It shows that there is a new version available. So let me download that. And of course also the download site opens up in my other screen. So also let me drag that over. So it's a little bit too small for me to read right now. But just do a look up on VARA FM or VARA HF and you will find the site. For now I only need VARA FM, but you also have VARA Chat, VARA HF, and the VARA Terminal. But for now I'm just interested in VARA FM. This is not such a big download, so the download should be finished quite soon. Okay, it's finished. Let's open it up. I'm a local administrator on this PC because they advise to run it as administrator. So just right click and select open as administrator, but I don't have to do that because I'm a local administrator. Get a warning from Windows, just more info. Run anyways. And the installation should get started. So here we have the setup. So just click next. Accept the agreement, next. The website of the folder where the installation will take place, it's VARA space FM. So click next. Let me, okay. And I want to create a desktop and then it's ready to install. So click install. And here I'm waiting on things that also popped up on my other screen. That the installation was successful. So just click OK and you're done. Then you get also the option to launch it. And as you can see on the background, there's still my old version running. And as I now find out is I have VARA FM without the space and with the space. So the old one is installed in VARA FM without the space. And the new version is installed in VARA Space FM. So let me close the windows again. Make some room. I'm looking if there's an update of Winlink Express, but it should already have complained if there was a new version available. So let me close the windows. And this is the new version. Now let me close VARA also before I open the session. And because I haven't changed my settings yet, it will still open the old version again. This is the Winlink Express VARA FM window. So click Open Session. Let me drag it over again. So let's here go into settings. And here you see VARA FM without the space. So I just have to insert the space and it will start up the correct version. If you select automatically launch VARA HF or VARA FM, then it will also auto launch and auto close when you close the VARA FM session. So that's done. Open up the session again. And now you see it is the new version of VARA FM that has been opened. And there you also see the ports where it is connecting to. So let's go into settings, VARA FM setup. This is pretty basic, you don't have to change anything. If you have a license, you can fill in your license key here. And just leave it to narrow. Most people will use narrow, only some radios are capable of using 6900 packet. But just leave it at 1200. This is the most used speed on the VHF. So there you see the port numbers 8300 and 8301, and this is the same port that we saw in the Winlink settings. So I can close this window. Go to the sound card, and then we have just to select our sound card. I have two sound devices connected. One is a signal link and the other one is a MFJ1205. And the signal link is the audio codec. That is the one that is connected to my VHF radio. My VHF radio doesn't have cat control, so I have to manually set the frequency. So I don't have to bother with that. I'm just selecting the sound card and that's it. So do that for the input and do it for the output. Sometimes my mouse is a little bit finicky. So again, the same sound card. And here also select OK. And that's the setup for VARA FM. Let me go over the settings again. In the VARA Winlink Express VARA FM, the TNC setup, there you see localhost and the ports 8300 and 8301. And for the rest, you can leave the default settings. And again, with automatically launch VARA FM, then it will automatically open and close VARA FM when you open up the session and close the session. So let's see if we can connect. Let me put in the correct RMS Gateway. For my the close one is KD5 EOC-10. And see if we can connect. This direct, no use of digipeaters. So, and if you want, you can save this in the favorite. It's complaining that there is noise on the channel. There's no activity, but there's some noise. That's why it is complaining. Just click connect. At the moment I see and hear my radio keying. But I'm not unable to connect. So I don't know what's going on here, but let me check the frequency. Let me start again. I see my radio keying, but nothing's being returned. But also it's quite quiet on the channel, so I'm not sure if I have the correct frequency. So let's first look at the... I'm trying to open Telnet. That doesn't make sense. Open it again, but it later turned out that I was on the incorrect frequency, that's why I couldn't connect. Start again. And I'm getting a connection failure. I'm redubbing this because my first recording, something happened with my audio. I didn't record anything or just noise. Okay, let's first look at why the hell am I opening again Telnet Winlink? I don't want to connect over the internet, so it doesn't make sense. And here I recognize that I made a mistake. Then I changed to Packet Winlink. Open session, then the sound modem is opened. Also have to go over the configuration of that site. But it's quite similar with VARA, it's the same port numbers. Oh, the port number is a little different. But here also I ran into issues. Because it is saying it is ready, but it is not ready. So when I start, I'm getting also an error message. And this took me quite long to finally realize. These settings are okay. This is just default. Here again, you select the program and automatically launch the program. I'm closing it again, opening it again. Settings. And here I didn't see that the KISS server port was still disabled. I looked at all the settings. Here I selected the sound cards again. It's the same sound card, so the USB audio codec. But I still didn't see that KISS port was not selected. So I'm still getting the same error message. Unable to open TCP. Comparing all this information again. All looks good. Or more or less the default settings. AFSK. And this also doesn't say anything about the IP address for the TCP connection, so. Going over all these settings. Still not seeing it. And then finally I realized, after closing the window again, going back into it. So here I finally open up the correct screen again. Went over all the settings. Then KISS server port has to be enabled. So I must restart the program. So that port had to be selected. So close it again. Close this one. Close the session. And reopening it again. Let me close the firewall. So sound mode opened. The other screen was opened on my other screen. There you can see it is now successfully connected. So now we can start the session. Meanwhile, I also found that I was on the wrong frequency and set my radio to the correct frequency. And as you can see, I'm now connecting to the Denton County EOC Winlink Gateway. And on the right side you can see the traffic coming in. Three messages waiting for me because of the exercise we had yesterday. I want to leave them on the server, but when I close the window, it still downloaded it. So I guess I had to deselect the messages before closing the window. Because right now it is starting to download. Oh well. So let's wait this one coming in. Second one coming in. And also when it is an incoming message, you will see the green line running from right to left, and when you're sending a message, it will go from left to right. So you know which direction the traffic is flowing. So all messages are received and it's now disconnecting. So now that we are on the correct frequency, let's switch back to VARA FM again. So these are all the default settings. They can also set automatically launch the program, but it will also close the program when you close the session. So now let's see. And here I made another mistake. I went to VARA FM peer-to-peer. And of course also that screen opens up on my other screen. So let me drag that into view. So there's the Winlink Express VARA FM peer-to-peer screen. I click start. I get a successful connection with I need to enter a call sign. This is KD5 EOC. Do this 10. Add it to favorites. I don't have cat control with my VHF radio, so I cannot store the channels with frequencies. So I have manually to set my radio on the correct frequency. It is complaining about noise on the channel. If I want to connect anyway, here you see that I'm connected to KD5 EOC. But because I set up a peer-to-peer connection, it's complaining and it will disconnect. So change the session to VARA FM Winlink. Open the session. So this is a VARA FM window. Let me get the VARA window in screen. The same Winlink Gateway. Connect. And there you can see I'm connected again. And get my report that there are no messages waiting for me. So no message sent, no message received, and disconnects again. So that was a working session of Winlink Winlink Express with VARA FM Winlink. There was nothing needed in the firewall. I made changes to the firewall, but that was not needed. So I removed the settings again. I made changes, but I removed them again. And after that, I checked again, and it was still working. So I was messing around a little bit here because I had to click change settings before I was able to remove them. So Now it disappeared. And I also looked at the modem. VARA FM is already included. And it is a sound modem. But no changes were needed. VARA will complain that after installation, the first time you run it, that it needs to bypass the firewall. Then you will enable it, and then after that, you don't have to do anything anymore. So now that after I removed them, I'm trying the Packet Winlink again to see if it still connects. And it still works. And this is all by it's a fresh install of Windows 11. I have not had any updates. I did have an update yet, but when I receive another update, I will check if I am still able to connect. Normally, I don't use that laptop for my radio work because the battery is bad. At least I bought a replacement battery, but it's still complaining that the battery is going out, and even if the battery is completely full. So I think there's something wrong with the power management of the PC. But as I said, before 2013 I had that laptop at work, so it's at least 11 years old. But when I run my generator, I can use it. But normally, when I now go into the field, I use the small Maestro Evolve. That lasts long enough for my field work in the weekend when I go POTA, and also the HF net. When I use my battery box, so I don't need to carry on the generators. So let's check VARA FM Winlink again. Oh no. I'm looking at the VARA HF Winlink now. But those settings are exactly the same. The menu here, it looks a little bit different. But this, again, the same ports. And the place for your license key, if you have a license. And there you can also set the number of retries. And it's advisable to turn it down, otherwise you're just using up the frequency. If you can't connect in one of 3 tries, then forget about it. You're not going to be able to connect. So here again, select the sound card. So for my HF, I have to select the other USB sound card that doesn't have codec inside the name. And for the rest, also here you have nothing else to do. You can check your LC to see if you're not overdriving the radio with your digital messages. So then you can turn the volume down there. So the sound card set up. Wants to update the RMS gateways with new propagation information. So I can't do anything until that is finished. And it's only happening on the HF VARA. But also on the HF packet if you want to use it, or packed or whatever. Because in the Winlink window there's the connection to your radio. And I cannot show that until this is finished. So here's the VARA HF Winlink, the TNC setup. That are the same ports again that you saw in the setup of VARA HF A300 and A301. Just set it to 500. Most of the systems will use 500. Now that the regulation has changed, maybe we can set it to a bigger setting. And again, the link where the program is located on your computer. And also here, automatically open. It will open and close the program when you open or close the session. So let me show you the radio setting. For me that will be the Yaesu FT891, but right now it's not connected, so I cannot do anything with it. I was trying to hook it up, but the display was still in my backpack, so I was not able to run it. But also here, you just have to select your radio, select the mode USB digital. It doesn't have an internal sound card, so I can deselect that. And there you have to select the port that is from your CAT control, but because I don't have the radio turned on right now, I cannot select that port, but it will be the enhanced port that shows up when you have the driver installed and your radio connected and on. So I hope this was useful. I will make a quick video about connecting to my FT891. But for that I first have to set up an antenna, because at home I don't have space for an HF antenna, so normally I hang up a wire at my balcony. But it will be exactly the same. The configuration is done. I only have to select my CAT port, and then I will be able to connect to my radio. So we'll see if I get any updates on this laptop, to see if I run into any trouble. Not sure if I will. The setup is pretty straightforward, so maybe during an upgrade some settings are changed. But also with that, it should be pretty simple again to set it up, to restore the settings that you already had. So I will keep you updated. If I run into issues, I will upload a new video to show you how I solved the issue. But for now, it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And as said, I will keep you updated. So I will string up an antenna here at home, at my balcony. I only have a QRP guys and fat half wave, so I can only use up to 25 watts. So I hope I am lucky enough to be able to connect to a local RMS Gateway. Because I'm in the inside of the apartment complex, so my signal is not too great getting out, but we'll see. For now, please like and subscribe this video, and I will keep you updated. And my FT891 video will come soon. Thank you for now, and see you next time. 7-3.